Welcome to the next episode of Legacy Lore. Today we'll be talking about Dexter, Mandark, and both their companies. So without further ado, I hope you enjoy. When it comes to things that the Cartoon Network world lacks, innovation is definitely not one of them. The world has had its fair share of geniuses in one way or another. These select few pushed the limits of man and questioned everything. These two erected monumental companies and continued to change the way the world imagines science. These two boys are Dexter, the CEO of Dex Labs, and Mandark, the head of Mandark Industries. The first of the two boys was Dexter. Starting out at his home where he lived with his older sister and parents, Dexter began inventing at a young age in a secret underground lab. The lab was full of wondrous inventions and contraptions, which ultimately evolved into the major multi-billion-dollar company of Dex Labs. He mainly shared the space with his robotic assistant, Computer. Once Dex Labs started becoming a household name, he upgraded Computer to a new, mobile model using advanced Dex Labs technology, hereby dubbing the new assistant as Computress. And a household name it did become, his inventions had greatly increased the quality of life for the residents of the downtown district. One of his most famous inventions, the Habitube, had been adapted to provide safe, fast travel throughout the world, as opposed to the now less modern jump pad or moving platform. Alongside the Habitubes, other Dex Labs inventions included an upgraded slider system, allowing for faster and more efficient transportation, his mobile army of Dexbot units which provided information and services for the people of the world, and a vast array of weapons which eventually came in handy once the fusion invasion began. This did have drawbacks, however. As the success of Dex Labs expanded rapidly, Dexter became more and more recluse. Over time, he started to dread human interaction and stayed locked in Dex Labs HQ with computers for months. He started gaining an unhealthy obsession with artificial life and worked for weeks at a time without taking any breaks. However, he was frustratingly unsuccessful. These hermit-like qualities had caused Dexter to become uncomfortable around other human beings, and he started to fade away from being the center of attention when it came to the Dex Labs company. He would often send computers to meetings for him, as well as public speeches. This all changed when Fuse invaded. It was the sort of wake-up call Dexter needed to return to his roots as the leader and inventor. He began studying his enemies, providing significant tactical advantages for the heroes fighting on the front lines. He fully emerged from his hermit lifestyle and tackled this war head-on with extraordinary confidence. He put all effort into stopping Fuse, and it showed. Some things that came from Dex Labs after the war started included mech suits, armor, weapons, vehicles, robotic assistants, fusion matter-resisted barriers, and other such enhancements. Another company, which was now partnered with Dex Labs, had a different story. This company was Mandark Industries, and while it had a similar upbringing, many can see the differences a mile away. While Dex Lab relied on its core values of helping the public and defending the innocent, Mandark Industries relies on greed, ego, and the personal vendetta of its CEO, Mandark. Mandark Industries has always been in the shadow of the clearly superior Dex Labs, and Mandark knows this, as he's been in Dexter's shadow for most of his life. Mandark is just as intelligent as Dexter, however Mandark is his own worst enemy, as he strives in every opportunity to surpass Dexter, and that just can't be done. Mandark's evil tendencies can be traced back to his birth. He was born to two hippies named Windbear and Oceanbird, with his real name being Susan. His brainpower and feminine name often led to constant harassment and ridicule from children his age. Because of that, Mandark now seeks the attention and confirmation of his genius from everyone he meets. The one thing that can quell Mandark's evil for a time is Dexter's older sister, Dee Dee. Mandark is not subtle about his attraction towards Dee Dee, even though his feeling is far from mutual. Mandark's drive to impress Dee Dee is directly responsible for some of his major scientific pursuits. When Mandark gets word that Dexter is working towards artificial life, he immediately directs all of his assets to start researching the topic as well. Mandark himself had no interest in the subject, he just wanted to get the discovery before Dexter did. Mandark believed that the key to artificial life sat in the imagination that was created when a child creates an imaginary friend. The next day, Mandark Industries became a sponsor for Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends in hopes of testing the bonds between creator and imaginary friend, thus speeding up research. When Mandark first unveiled the Nano to a small crowd of researchers, including Dexter, it flopped both literally and figuratively. Mandark's humiliation only grew worse as Dexter leapt forward and fixed the machine in seconds, and a fully functional Nano popped out. This ended Dexter's holy grail quest for artificial life, and, now partnered with Mandark, allowed the two researchers to combat Fuse with all their brainpower together, as allies. I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Legacy Lore. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and comment what topics you'd like to see me discuss next time. Thank you so much.